what you're trying. You're so beautiful, you should say it every day. Oh, you know, I'd never ask you to change. If perfect's what you're searching for, then just stay the same. So don't even bother asking if you look okay. You know I'll say when I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. And when you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. The way you are, the way you are, you're amazing, just the way you are. When I see your face, there's not a thing that I won't change, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. When you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while, 'cause you're amazing, just the way you are. The way you are, the way you are, you're amazing, just the way you are. Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Toronto. Thank you to the band. Thank you, that was amazing. I love you just the way you are. Thank you. I'm Helen Valleau, and I was about to say I'm a practitioner intern here at the center, but I'm now a licensed practitioner here at the center. I'm so used to saying I'm a practitioner intern. And I am filling in for Reverend Jonathan Zenz this morning, so I welcome you. He has now landed in Vancouver. He'll be attending the leadership conference, and I'll be joining him there later on tonight. And we'll be there for the week. It's the Centers for Spiritual Living from all over the world. There are all kinds of speakers and workshops. So I think both of us, and we have another board member, Linda Visosky, who's there, and we're going to come back really pumped. Really pumped. So I welcome you, and if you're here for the very first time, welcome. And I have a few announcements to go through. First of all, happy Family Day weekend. Yay. And a couple of things. The volunteer meeting that's supposed to be next Sunday at 1 p.m., it is canceled. So all the volunteers get to go home right after service. And we also have Science of Mind classes. They'll start again on Tuesday, February 26th. Exploring Roots is on the 26th, Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. And on Wednesday, starting up again on the 27th, is Science of Mind 103. And you can always join in for a class. You don't have to sign up for the whole thing if you want to come and check them out. Thursday, February 28th is the women's group here at CSL. Woohoo! Love that group. And I think what we're going to talk about that Thursday is ways that we abandon ourselves and how to get back to the truth of who we are. Mental Muscle is going to begin online starting April 1st. And you can check out the newsletter, and you can get more information on how to sign up. Mental Muscle is 16 weeks long, and it is a great way of changing those old habits and old beliefs. Help is needed. We are actually moving upstairs. The office is moving upstairs into the space adjoining us, and we're doing that as of March 1st, and we need some help with demolition. So if you know of anybody or you would like to volunteer your services, would you please contact Deja, our administrator in the office. And tax receipts, if you haven't received your tax receipt via email, also contact Deja. And for any newcomers, you can join our mailing list. And every Friday, Reverend Jonathan sends out a little newsletter, keeps you up to date with what's going on at the center. And there are volunteer opportunities, as always. Social media, as you know, Reverend Jonathan is big on social media and would like people to help with that. There's a tech position available and people for the youth programs. So talk to Jonathan, talk to Deja, and we love to have you volunteer your services. And for anyone who is, oh, I'm getting this, Jay-Z is watching live. Say hello to Jonathan. That's early for him. Also, for any of you that would like spiritual mind treatment, the practitioners here at the center, Margaret Ann, Mary Ellen, myself, and Reverend Jonathan, we are happy to do treatment for you. All you need to do is fill out your treatment request, put it in the treatment request box, and you know the work is done. And so please fill out a treatment request form. And also, there is a comment box. So express yourself. What do you like? What don't you like? What do you want to see? What would you like to see changed up? Give us your feedback. We're open to it. And then, of course, you can always follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, at CSL Toronto. So if you are a little social media bug and you like to know what's going on here, check us out on Facebook or Twitter. And I think that's it. I'm done the announcements. Woohoo! Tried to get through those really quickly. All right, I am going to invite our practitioner of the day who led meditation this morning to come up and lead us in a reading and affirmation and treatment for this morning. So I invite Margaret Ann up to the podium here.
Sorry about that. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I have a very short reading and to read from Ernest Holmes. And then I'd like to do a little affirmation that I would like you to repeat after me once I let you know what it is. Okay. Since faith is a quality unconfirmed, oh, sorry, I started the wrong place. If one will have faith in himself, faith in his fellow men, in the universe and in God, that faith will light the place in which he finds himself, and by the light of this faith, he will be able to see all is good, and the light shed by this faith will light the way for others. We become conscious of darkness only when we are without faith, for faith is ever the light of our day and the light on our way, making that way clearly visible to us, even to all others, it may be beset with obstacles and the ongoing rough. And my affirmation. I accept my good and a gratitude that frees my mind, heart, and spirit. All is well. I'll say it one more time. I accept my good and a gratitude that frees my mind, heart, and spirit. All is well. And if you'd like to repeat that with me. I accept my good and a gratitude that frees my mind, heart, and spirit. All is well. And once more. I accept my good and a gratitude that frees my mind, heart, and spirit. All is well. And so it is.
All is well, and I am grateful. All is well, and now it's time to let it go. All is well, and I am grateful. Life is good, and so it is.
Knowing that there is one presence, one love, one infinite intelligence that is all-knowing and all-loving. There is one presence, and I am it. I am the essence of it, the expression of it, and the knowing of it. And in this moment, I know that all is well, because God is everywhere present. There is only one presence. I am it. I am the expression of it. And I allow myself in this moment to accept this knowing, this faith that builds and expands into the oneness of God. I am grateful that I am. I am grateful that I know I am. And I am grateful that my faith is magnificent and purposeful and all-encompassing. I am grateful that I am, and I am grateful that my faith is perfect, whole, and complete. There is only one presence, and I am it, and I am God expressing. I am life expressing. I am love expressing. And I do this with a grace and an ease that fills my soul and my being. I allow myself to be who exactly I am. This unique, individualized expression of God with love and faith and joy. I am perfect. I am whole and I am complete. And my faith is expansive. In gratitude, I release these words to the law of mind, knowing that they are imprinted on my soul and expressed through me with a faith and an ease and a grace that is perfect. I release, I let go, I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
All is well, and I am grateful. All is well, and now it's time to let it go. All is well, and I am grateful. Life is good, and so it is. All is well, and I am grateful. All is well, and now it's time to let it go. All is well, and I am grateful. Life is good, and so it is. Life is good, and so it is.
We just need to fill some time while Aaron switches out his guitar for the banjo. Ever so silently. The song we're doing today is written by Stevie Nicks. It's Landslide. The Dixie Chicks do a version of it that we're kind of doing a mashup of the two of them.
The Stevie Chicks.
The Stevie Chicks version. For those of you who are not familiar with this fabulous young woman standing here, this is Pierre and my daughter Sydney. So. Bask upon her.
So we're doing a mother-daughter duet for this is how we celebrate Family Day.
Yes.
Which is, it's nice. It's nice.
And I told her not to look at Marge, because Marge cries through all the songs. Yes.
So do I. We're quite a pair. But I can't look at you now.
Yes.
And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
Took my love and I took it down. Climbed a mountain and I turned around. And I saw my reflection on the snow-covered hills. Well, the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, and children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, and children get older, and I'm getting older too. I'm getting older too. Take this love and take it down. If you climb a mountain and turn around, and if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide will bring it down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, maybe, well, maybe, well, maybe, the landslide will bring it down.
Oh, have you ever been afraid of changing? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow. You know, it's always interesting how I come here on a Sunday and either the message or the song is absolutely perfect. And that song is absolutely perfect for what I'm talking about this morning. Afraid of changing. How do you take the fear of transformation and turn the fear of transformation into the transformation of fear? Well, today I'm talking about take a flying leap. And that's what I did in my life. I took a flying leap last year in my life, and I made a very clear and conscious choice of what I was going to step into and embody in my life on my journey, which also meant what I was going to release. And it put me on a spiritual journey that I never would have anticipated. I couldn't have figured out that journey no matter what. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't have figured out what I actually was stepping into. And it kind of felt like I was hanging onto a trapeze bar. And the other one was coming, but I didn't want to let go. I'm hanging on for dear life, and then, you know, you've got to let go, and there's that moment where you're suspended in the air, and there's nothing. And you got to make the choice to let go. And in making the choice to let go, you're either going to plummet hard, or you're going to catch the other trapeze that's coming your way. It's worth letting go. It's so worth letting go. If you want to know who you truly are, if you want to really, really know who you truly are, it's worth letting go. Because what you get to experience is this untethering of your soul. But you got to be willing to take that flying leap. So most of my time in my life, I hang on to that trapeze bar. And I would like the other trapeze bar just to come right up next to it so that I could just ever so gently grab along. And I don't have to be in that place of transition. And I had become actually really skilled at thinking that that's what I was doing. Was I would just go from one to the next, but I didn't really have to feel that suspension in the middle. And I thought that way I was safe. And, you know, of course, I was doing it all in a very spiritual way still. And in my practicum last year, for my internship into being a practitioner, we had to read a book by Plotinus, who's a Greek mythologist. And I was very challenged by this book. And for any of you going into Science of Mind 350, you will have to read this really thick book by Plotinus. And I argued vehemently that Plotinus got it wrong. That no, because what he talked about was that place of being detached from everything. And I went, no, I signed up for the full meal deal here in this human experience. I want the full meal deal. I want the whole experience. The highs, the lows, everything in between, and I want to feel it all, and I want to experience it all. And so, therefore, of course, I was very attached, and I was still hanging on to the trapeze as a result. And, you know, letting go is kind of stepping into that sacred space of spirit. And, of course, letting go also means feeling pain. I didn't want to feel any. Even though I wanted the full meal deal, did I really want the full meal deal? I'm not so sure. And so I decided to step out onto this journey, and I made a choice. And it's free will choice. We all have free will choice. We all can make our choices, and of course there's consequences for every choice, and we're responsible for our choices. And sometimes it's scary to let go of something that's so familiar. And I decided to walk away from my marriage, something that I'd been a part of for 20 years, something that I had tied up in a nice little bow. It all looked really good on the outside. But I needed to move away. And I needed to take a flying leap. Now, in my life, I had physically taken flying leaps. I've jumped out of airplanes. When I was 17, I decided to go skydiving. And so that was in 1977. And in 1977 in Edmonton, Alberta, the way to do that was with the Canadian Forces Base. So I had to get my parents to sign a consent form because they wouldn't let you unless you were 18. And I went through all the training, and I had to train for a week. Had to train for a week wearing these really heavy packs because they were the old round army packs. And they had the reserve on the front, and you had to learn how to land. So we practiced jumping off this huge wall, and you had to land because not like the chutes that are rectangular and you can land ever so gracefully and kind of run. This was, you land hard, roll over, and then get up. So I practiced, and I practiced, and I practiced, and I was all gung-ho, and yeah, I was gonna do this, and I was really excited. And Saturday came, and there were 5 of us. We were in a Cessna, and we were going up. And we went up to 3,000 feet, and the doors open, and it's really loud. It's really loud up there, and it's really, really windy. And I'm like, I am the first one out. So here I am I've got my jumpsuit on, I've got the pack. Now it's like 95 pounds, and these parachutes, they'd leave bruises on my shoulders. It was so heavy. I had my helmet on with my little Farrah Fawcett hairdo, sticking out the sides with the perm. And there I am, and I'm ready to jump out, and you get out onto the step, and I'm hanging on to the wing, and all I hear is, go, and push off, and it's arch 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, in 1,000 to pull the chute open, out 1,000, and boom, it opens. Thank God. Because then it's also check 1,000 to make sure that the chute is opened. Otherwise, you have to cut away and pull the reserve. And there I am. And it's quiet. And I look around, and there were toggles, so you could turn around. I'm looking around. And it's quiet. And there's nothing. And it is the most incredible feeling. But it only lasts for a little bit, because then you got to steer to make sure that you land in the field that you're supposed to land in. Otherwise, you're going to land out with the cows. And then you have to pack up the chute and pull it all in. It was an exhilarating experience. And I actually did it another 4 times because I was a little bit crazy. But there was something about that moment of push off and go. And there is no insurance policy. There's no net. There's no guarantee. And you got to pull the chute. Because today they have someone who goes up and does all that for you. That wasn't happening with the Canadian Forces bases. Like, you're either in or you're out. You're either staying alive or you're plummeting to earth. And so there you are. That moment, though, of, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can make that choice, and I can step out, And there's something about making that choice and stepping out and going, wow, what's next? I don't know. I don't know. But I do, sort of, kind of. So there's that moment of relief, and there's a moment of, oh my God, what have I just done? Because I'm completely changing my life here. And things kind of happen in a very circuitous way when I've made a decision. And things happened for me that November. There were little miracles all along the way. One was that my brother, whom hadn't spoken to me since 2004 when my father died, contacted me. Like this, almost like it literally in a split second later. There he was on Facebook. And things started to happen, and there were little signs along the way. And then I started to breathe a lot. And I started to get really clear about what it's like to live in the moment and go, I'm here now in this moment. And that's all there is this moment. There's nothing else. And even though my head was saying, yeah, blah, 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 it's like, no, I'm in this moment and I'm okay. And so another thing happened was this incredible woman in my life gave me this book, The Untethered Soul. And it was, I've read it, and I'm rereading it, and I'm underlining it, and I'm practicing it. And although I still love science of mind, this book is a gift from God for me to learn more about myself and to step into that place of free falling and really being in that moment. So he talks about in the first few chapters of paying attention to your mind chatter. And and he goes, and if you think you don't have any mind chatter because you're thinking you don't have any mind chatter, you've got mind chatter. And so what I did was I took a step back and I started to observe the chatter. And I realized I had a really loud roommate living in my head. And she was annoying. Like, I wouldn't choose to live with someone like that. She was really annoying. Well, blah, 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 blah. This is going to happen, and that's going to happen, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, really? Really? That's going to happen? I don't know. I'm not there yet. And so the chatter and paying attention to all that chatter. And I love what he talks about. Whether it's good chatter or bad chatter, it's still chatter. Positive or negative, constructive, deconstructive, it's all chatter. It's all just noise. It's never the truth. And so in stepping back from that, it allowed me to be in the moment. And what I realized is that chatter gets me out of my body. I literally leap out of my body and create this whole story. Jonathan talks about the stories we create. Yeah, I create this whole story, this whole illusion, and that's all a trapeze bar is an illusion, that this is what it is. And what, in the meantime, I've missed out on the moment of what truly is. And what I've discovered is that I'm okay. I'm okay no matter what. I'm still here. I'm here in this moment. You're here in this moment. We're all okay. Right here, right now. In this moment. In this moment. And what that allowed me to do was, instead of listening to all the chatter, I started to connect to my own energy, my true energy, that one divine, infinite power of love, of light, of faith, of goodness that's always present in a whole new way. Not just thinking I was, but really embodying it, because I was no longer involved with what was going on out there. And that is the brilliance of detachment. So actually, Plotinus got it right. Shoot. Darn. How dare I challenge a Greek mythologer? And there is something about that power of detachment that then the heart can stay open. The heart can stay open, and no matter what comes up, it's like, oh, okay, this too will pass. And we move on. And the heart stays open. And the heart stays open. And the more that the heart stays open, the more energy I started to have. Even though I'm not sleeping because of menopause, I still have energy. How does that work? Because the energy is the energy of spirit that we all have. But when we get so caught up in the chatter and we get out of ourselves and we start trying to manage and fix, I was really good. I'm a little bit of a control freak. I can manage it all. I have like a big pair of work boots that you'll never see me wear here. And I can manage it all. I don't need to manage. I don't need to manage anything. That energy, that being connected to spirit, to source, that's all there is. That's all there is. But that's not to say that I don't have my moments where I'm not so graceful, believe me. Because then my story gets all caught up in my head, and I get out of myself, and I keep jumping ahead or jumping behind into my history and dredging all that up. And then, no, wait a minute. Be in this moment, right here, right now, because this is all there is. So, it's a lot of breathing. It's a lot of breathing. But here's something else I became aware of. Because in this teaching, we talk a lot about the law of cause and effect. Cause being spirit, effect being body, the result. But in the moments of oneness and prayer and meditation and presence and breath, I discovered that cause and effect happen simultaneously because it's not out there. The cause is in here, the effect is in here. It's not out there. It's not, even though, Jonathan, yes, it's the wall. But the real effect is within. It is within. Cause and effect are together. The effect is my own energy, my own spirit. Not what demonstrates, oh good, the effect is that my life is perfect, my life is all together, my life, well, it is perfect and it does unfold perfectly and it is all together, but we keep looking for signs, right? Oh, well, this happened, so that means the effect is okay. No, the effect is in here. And so those moments where it's, I'm one. I'm one. And everything is in divine order, and I don't have to do anything. And that's the best part. I don't have to manage and make everything look so perfect and tie it up all in a nice little bow, and life is so good, and I'm not going to really have anything too much wrong, even though I signed up for the full meal deal. You know? No, I don't have to do anything. It all is happening whether I do something or not. It's all happening whether I do something or not. And the only person that I have any kind of control over is me. Nobody else. And so, how do I choose to bring myself to each and every moment? Well, for the most part, I choose to bring myself in a place of love and grace and peace. And then I have my moments. But those are just lovely reminders of where I choose to get back to. And this is the self-knowingness of spirit that emerges. That self-knowingness of spirit. And Ernest Holmes says, the mind of God and the mind of man is the same mind. The conscious mind of man is the part of the self-knowingness of the mind of God. Well, of course, in the mind of God, God's not doing anything but being. The conscious mind of man is the self-knowingness of spirit operating through the thought of man. Operating through the thought of man. So I can choose. I can choose. And you know, untethering the soul, it's about moving through the pain. It's about letting it go versus holding on or putting so much energy into avoiding it. And whether we're holding on to what we believe or can perceive as good things or deconstructive bad things, we're still holding on. And if we hold on tight, we block the energy. We block the energy in our cells. We block the energy in our heart. We, kick the garden hose. The energy can't flow. And so we cut off our own connection to source, to goodness. And I'm not willing to do that anymore. It's to step in and be on that journey and to let go and know I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Everyone will be okay. And it's, in that sitting of meditation and quietly looking at what it is squarely in the eye and saying, bless you. Bless you. I let you go. I let it all go. And I don't have to hang on. I don't have to make it all look so perfect. And I can release it all and keep my heart open. And man, if I can keep my heart open on my journey, I'm okay. I'm okay. And that's also when I know I can let go of that one trapeze and be in that space, knowing, yeah, I'll grab onto the next bar. I'll grab onto the next bar. Whatever that bar is, where that takes me on my journey. But for now, there's something about hanging out in that space that's really liberating. Because I get to experience cause and effect in a nanosecond. And I wouldn't change that for the world. I would not change that for anything. I would not change being on the journey that I'm in or on for anything. Because I feel like I've grown so much and I see so much more of what I know to be truth. And these teachings of, seeing that everything is God. Everything. And embodying that truth and living in that truth. Nope, I wouldn't give that up for the world. There is a parable of the trapeze, and I don't know if any of you have heard this. Fran Kendall has an MP3 of it that you can listen to for free. He's put this to music. I thought I'd read you this parable because the words are so brilliant. And it's called The Parable of the Trapeze, turning the fear of transformation into the transformation of fear. And it's by Danan Perry. Sometimes I feel that my life is a series of trapeze swings. I'm either hanging on to a trapeze bar, swinging along, or for a few minutes in my life, I'm hurtling across space in between trapeze bars. Most of the time, I spend my life hanging on for dear life. It carries me along in a certain steady state of swing, and I have the feeling I'm in control of my life. Oh yeah, that's an illusion, by the way. Just so you know. I know most of the right answers, but every once in a while, as I'm merrily, or not so merrily, swinging along, I look out and ahead of me into the distance, what do I see? I see another trapeze bar swinging towards me. It's empty, and I know in the place in me that knows that this new trapeze bar has my name on it. It is my next step, my growth, my aliveness coming to get me. In my heart of hearts, I know that for me to grow, I must release my grip on this present, well-known bar and move to the new one. And each time it happens to me, I hope, no, I pray that I won't have to let go of my old bar completely before I grab that new one. But in my knowing place, I know that I must totally release my grasp on the old bar. And for a moment in time, I must hurtle across space before I can grab on to the new bar. And each time I'm filled with terror. I am afraid that I will miss. Perhaps this is the essence of what the mystics call the faith experience. You gotta let go to get to the other bar and be in faith. Be in faith. And so I invite you all to step into the faith of knowing that any time something presents itself and you have to make a choice, you can take that flying leap and you'll be okay. You will be okay. Namaste. And now it is the time in our service to give back, and we say thank you for all that you give to the center, for all that you contribute, and the band is going to play. What are they playing today? Infinite Love. So if you'd like to stand up, we can all sing together.
It is in the book, but I haven't a clue what number it is. It's in one of the first few pages, if you need it. Infinite love. It's very simple and repetitive.
Sorry.
First page.
One, two. Infinite love flow through me. Infinite love flow through me. Infinite love flow through me. Help me to be all I can be. Infinite peace flow through me. Infinite peace flow through me. Infinite peace flow through me. Help me to be all I can be. Infinite joy flow through me. Infinite joy flow through me. Infinite joy flow through me. Help me to be all I can be. Infinite power flow through me. Infinite power flow through me. Infinite power flow through me. Help me to be all I can be.
Please join me in a prayer of gratitude and knowing. In this moment, I know there is one presence, and it is love, and it takes many, many, many infinite forms. And I know that the love that comes into this center is perfect, whole, and complete. In its many forms. It comes in the form of money, which is used and expanded and developed into something that serves this center and beyond. And I know that the love comes in as service and donation of time and energy and talent. And the gratitude for this place is immense and infinite. Everything is infinite because it is all God. There is one presence, and it is love, and it flows through me and each one of us, and into this center and out from this center, in an infinite, infinite way that is perfect. In gratitude, I release these words to the law of mind, knowing it is done, knowing it is perfect, and knowing it is love. I release, I let go, I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Margaret Ann. I have my thank you list here. There are lots of people to thank this morning. It takes a lot of people to keep this beautiful center going. And thank you to Mark and Gail for setting up. Thank you to our greeters, Judy and Carmen. In the bookstore today, we have Patricia and Kathy. And thank you, Margaret Ann, for your meditation, your treatment, and prayers. Thank you. And in the sound booth, in the sound booth, we have Brian and Chris for our Dynamic Kids program. We have Tony on our camera, making us go out to the world today. And also, thank you to the band, Rudy, Patrick, Tanis,
Aaron,
Sydney, Pierre, Steve, thank you.
And Brian in the booth doing double duty.
For being on bass back in that sound booth. And thank you to all of you today as well for being here. And thank you to all of you online as well for tuning in. We are going to move into our benediction and then our closing song.
Now that I know the truth, I can't go back to what I used to do. I can't pretend or ignore or go back to what I believed before. I can't live without your love. I can't live without your light. I can't live without your message. I can't live without your warmth. I can't live without your wisdom. I can't live without your message.
I know right here, right now, that there is one power, one presence, one divine creative intelligence, one beautiful energy that is the back of all creation. It is the source of all that is, and it is this beautiful energy of love that is God, Spirit, first cause, that is within each one of us, this beautiful, infinite source of energy. And I know right here, right now, all I need to do is keep my heart open and let go of hanging on to what doesn't serve, knowing that the way growth happens is by stepping out into that place of the unknown, the releasing, the letting go of all that was, to be open to receiving all that will be. That this power, this energy, this love of God that supports this center in each and every person is beautiful, unique, and always expanding and growing and changing. For change is all around us. And so I invite you to embrace the change, to step out and be fully present to the beautiful, beautiful love that you are. And I declare right here, right now, that this energy of God is this source that supports us, that supports this center, supports this community. And we are expanding, growing, changing, shifting. And for that, I am truly grateful. Grateful for every moment, every opportunity of embodying this beautiful energy within. I say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Thank you. And I release these words to the Eternal One, to this perfect law, knowing all is well and all unfolds with ease, with grace, and in love. For all I need to do is be and let go and let God. And together we say, and so it is.
Now that I know I'm God, I can't hide behind this old facade. I can't lie to myself or know that I'm not perfect health. I can't live without your love. I can't live without your light. I can't live without your message. I can't live without your warmth. I can't live without your wisdom. I can't live without your message. I can't live without your message.
Now that I know the truth, I can't go back to what I used to do.
Thank you. All right, our final song for today, number 30 in your songbook, Lean on Me.
Get on your feet if it suits you.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful, blessed Sunday. We'll see you next week. Jay-Z will be back. Thank you, everyone online.
Thank you, Helen.
Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let it show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I ride up the road, I'll share your load if you just call on me. So just call
On me, brother, when you need a hand.
We all need somebody to lean on. I just not have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong.